Learning kanji can be so fun if you shut the hell up and stop! This is the kanji for stop!
This is the kanji for tree. It looks just like a tree. This is the kanji for man, but this version of the man kanji is only used when combining with other kanji symbols. When the man sits underneath the tree for a break, you get the kanji for rest. Sometimes people like to read when they relax underneath trees, so here's the kanji for book. This is the kanji for father. It looks just like a dad holding his two children. If you take a wise father and bring him to the place of books, then you will get the kanji for school. People put windows into their home so that the sun can get in, so the kanji for sun looks like this. The moon kanji looks similar, but just as the moon uses gravity to pull the ocean toward it, it does the same thing to your windowsill. Shush, goddamn cat. If you were to look out your window during a storm, you would see the kanji for rain. It looks like it's raining outside. This is the kanji for eye. It may look like the sun at first, but it actually looks more like an eyeball. This is the kanji for see. It looks like an eye looking through its field of vision. Welcome to Kanji. Kanji is one of the obstacles that keeps people from wanting to learn Japanese. This channel is dedicated to teaching kanji in the most simple and straightforward way possible.
Obama agrees.
There are not many things in this world that are better than gold. Gold is found in mines that are in between mountains. This is exactly what the kanji for gold looks like. Once you get a bunch of gold, you can sell it for a bunch of yen, which is Japan's currency. The kanji for yen is made up for the kanji of a glass jar, so it looks like putting all your change into a jar. Once you get rich, you purchase expensive things. This kanji has meanings like tall, high, or expensive. Imagine that it is a tall snowman who gets high on expensive drugs. This is the kanji for rice. It looks like a rice plant. And easily enough, the kanji for rice fields looks like a rice field. This is the kanji for big. It looks just like a tower that's so high that it reaches into the clouds. This is the kanji for heaven. If you take the tower that reaches the clouds and you make it even higher, then it can reach into heaven. This is the kanji for human. It looks just like a person running. This is the kanji for enter. It looks like a guy who's peeking into a portal. It also kind of looks like the symbol for Half-Life. That's just a coincidence because the symbol for Half-Life is actually Greek. This is the kanji for small. It looks like two small fish staring at a hook. This is the kanji for daybreak. As you can see, it is a combination of the sun and 1, but in this circumstance, the 1 is just supposed to help make it look like the sun is going over the horizon. The kanji for 1 is used often as just a visual. This is the kanji for hand. It looks kind of like a hand. Why there are 6 fingers, I'm not quite sure. Here is the kanji for soil. It looks like a plant growing out of the ground. When you combine the kanji for man and soil, you get the kanji for work. The kanji for left uses the kanji for work. Imagine that your work should be done with only your left hand. This is the kanji for 10. It looks like the T in the word 10. This is the kanji for again. It is also the kanji for crotch. It looks like a person sitting in a position that lets you see their crotch.
Very appealing.
If you take the kanji for 10 and crotch, you get the kanji for support. As you can see, this pimp takes care of many crotches. He is their supporter. If you combine support with hand, You get the kanji for technique. It looks like a guy using his hands to make something with an anvil. If you take the kanji for support and combine it with the tree, you will get the kanji for branch. It is easy to remember because branches support trees. Learning kanji is not the easiest thing to do in the world, and it is understandable to be afraid of learning over 2,000 different symbols. Don't worry about the strokes. Kanji symbols are made by creating a certain number of strokes in a certain order. A lot of books and websites will try to stress you on this, making you feel like it's important. It would be like trying to learn America's presidents by memorizing what color boots they wore. When it comes to learning kanji fast and easy, it is best to omit anything that would slow you down. Pay attention to the kanji that make up kanjis. There are about 300 kanjis called radicals. They are used for creating most of the other thousands of kanjis out there. This means that the more you learn kanji, the more you will be able to look at other symbols you've never seen before and probably get a good idea of what it means. The more you learn, the faster and easier the process becomes. Don't try so hard to memorize. There is way too much to do and too much to learn to spend so much time on such a small amount of kanjis. One learning source is not enough. Kanji may be the savior to mankind, and I know I am awesome. There is so much to learn that not one source can teach it all. Get yourself some flashcards, books, and classes, and follow a few of the tons of YouTubers who are doing their own style of teaching. You will find out that there is quite a cult of Japanese lovers here on YouTube. It is easy to just say, today I'll skip my lesson because I'm too tired or my family was killed by rabid walruses. Don't set goals, and don't learn Japanese to achieve a certain goal. This is the kanji for mouth. As you can see, it looks a lot like a mouth. I apologize for this disgusting picture. Here, let me replace it with a better one. This is the kanji for fire. To me, it kind of looks like the fire from... If you combine the kanjis for fire and mouth, then you get the kanji for crater of a volcano. This is the kanji for heel. Not heel as in heal somebody, like heel as in foot. It looks like a foot. It's only used in kanjis like transform. It's just a combination of person and heel. I don't know what those two have to do with each other, but if you look here, this man is actually a transformer. If you take the kanji for transform and you add a flower top on top of it, then you get the kanji for flower. And if you take flower and you combine it with fire, then you get fireworks, which look like flowers. And death.
Chico Sam here, what do you guys say?
Yeah, kanji, buddy. I'm going to tell you, you need to be Hideki Tojo and you need to bomb the harbor.
Yeah,
yes,
no.
We got to buy it. We got to buy it.
No.
Chimpokoma! Bomb the harbor.
Don't listen
He
to
has
him.
Japanese peanuts.
I have Japanese peanuts.
Please send us on. Please send us on. Go check out this channel, subscribe, like, right, swip on timber, jerk off and cry. I'm out.
There are two ways to pronounce numbers in Japanese. The most common way is Sino-Japanese. It is used when counting things, actions, or events. You will use this for currency in Japan. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the kanji for old man. It is a combination of the kanji for heel and dizziness. If you combine the kanji for old man and sun, then you will get hot. This is the kanji for cold. It is made up of crown, 3 stooges, and if you also combine it with chill, then that's what makes up the kanji for cold. I guess it kind of looks like a cold hallway or something that someone's walking down. This is the kanji for autumn, or fall. It is a combination of tree and fire. Just like trees in the fall are the colors of fire. Here's the kanji for early. It is made up of sun and 10. The sun rises at 10 in the morning, which is really early. Here's the kanji for morning. Not morning as in crying the death of your entire family by rabid walruses, but morning as in the beginning of the day. The kanji for quote a source looks like this. This is the kanji for meeting. It is where everyone joins under one roof to say quotes and stuff. Fun.
Stop! This is the goddamn first! Stop!
Here's the kanji for foot, or satisfy. This will make a lot of sense if you are one of those out there who has a foot fetish. This is the kanji for tomorrow. The bigger sun is the one that comes after the moon, showing that is the day after today. This is the kanji for gate. It kind of looks like a gate. Here are the kanji for open and closed. This here is the kanji for bean, like the vegetable bean. This kanji has two meanings. When it's by itself, it means shellfish, like little tiny creatures that live in shells that are also fish. When combined with other kanji, it means money. And lastly, here is the kanji for head. It is a combination of bean and money. Because we are human beings who love money. This is the kanji for older brother. It is a mouth with legs. The kanji for younger brother looks maybe a bit like a little brother that's going down a playground slide. Whee. Here is the kanji for woman. It looks like the curves of a woman. The kanji for town or market kind of looks like a market a little bit. And when combined with woman, it makes up the kanji for older sister, because the older sister likes to shop a lot. This is the kanji for not yet. It is a tree with a line through it. The tree is not yet done growing. When you combine woman with not yet, you get the kanji for younger sister. Your younger sister is not yet a woman, unless she's 60. This title right here is an icon that defines a lot of our childhoods and living rooms with pissed off friends and Mountain Dew everywhere. In Japan, Super Smash Bros. Actually goes by a slightly different name, Dairanto Smash Brothers. Dairanto is a word made up of Dai, Ran, To. Dai is the kanji for big, grand, or super. Ran is a combination of the kanji for tongue and hook. It means disorder, riot, or war. And To is made from gate, bean, and measurement, and it means fight. When you read this though, you combine Ran and To. Together they mean free-for-all, or melee. The definition of melee is a confused fight, or a confused mass of people. So altogether, Tyranto means a big confusing fight with a bunch of people. So there you go, there's the logo that describes it all. This is the kanji for mountain. It looks like a mountain too. The kanji for direction looks like a guy pointing in a direction. When you combine the sun and moon, you get the kanji for bright or clear. Both the moon and the sun make it bright enough to see around us. The kanji for king has a story behind it. The three vertical lines represent heaven, men, and earth. The line going down is the king who connects the three together. This is the kanji for master. It is king with a drop on top of it. Akihabara is the grand central area of the world for all things that make you have less of a social life. Video games, anime, and weirder things all reside in this large area located in Japan. Today we are going to look at how Akihabara got the name Akihabara. But before we look into the three symbols that make up the word, let's go through a few kanji beforehand. This right here is the kanji for society, generation, or world. And here's the kanji for cliff. It kind of looks like a cliff too. When you combine sun and drop, you get the kanji for white. The first part of Akihabara is Aki, which means autumn. The second part is Haba, which means leaf. It is made from the kanji flower top, generation, and tree. The last part is Hara. Hara is made up of cliff, white, and small. It means meadow. So altogether, Akihabara means field of autumn leaves. In 1869, there was a fire that destroyed the area. On the ashes, a shrine called Chinkasha was built to prevent the spread of any future fires. The local people called it Akiba, which is the name of a god who could supposedly control fire. Shortly after, the area became known as Akihabara. So there you go, there is the story behind one of the coolest man-made sites of Japan. I hope to go there someday to see it myself, but until then, see you guys next week.
fly away 体中に広がるパノラマ
The symbols you see around the Dragon Ball universe look pretty frickin' sweet, but did you know that they're also kanji? So let's get down to learning what each one of them means. Master Roshi's kanji, or kame, is made up of the kanji for fish, and dragon tail. It's the kanji given to all who train under Master Roshi, so you see like Goku and Krillin wearing this all the time. Goku's kanji is actually pronounced go. This means wisdom or enlightenment. It is made from the kanji for heart, 5, and mouth. And the 5 and the mouth put together can mean the 5 senses. So when you take all the emotions and the little feelers you get inside your heart that bounce around, you get that enlightenment and wisdom that Goku is known so well for. King Kai, or Kaio, is actually not a real symbol, but it is a combination of two kanjis, world and king. It means world king, if anybody was wondering, which is actually what King Kai is. You know, his little planet and whatever.
This is Naka, or sometimes Chu. It means middle, as in the actual middle of something, or in the middle of doing something. You will see it in words like Yo no Naka, which means world, in a sense that's referring more towards the society and everyday life on the world instead of meaning the world itself, like the one from last episode. Manaka, meaning the very center, or the true middle. Chushi, which means cancelled, or Chugakko, as in middle school. Breaking Bad was Chushi, even though it was a beacon of hope in the chew of crap. I wish I watched it more when I was in Chugakko. If you have been here for a while, you are probably sick of this here symbol. It is pronounced kan and means simplicity. It is made up of bamboo and interval of time. The story is that bamboo is one of the fastest and easiest things that can be grown in Asia, so it was seen as a great place to start for beginner farmers. When I was making my first few videos, I wanted it to be on a new channel. The name of the channel should be a play on words with kanji and Zach, which is my name. So I thought, hey, I'll call it Kanzi. Get it? You will see it in the word kanton, which means simple. Simple like this channel and my love life. This here's Moto, Gen, or Gon. It means beginning at former time or origin. You will see it in a few words like Ochugen, which means Bon Festival Gifts. The Bon Festival is a Japanese Buddhist festival meant to honor the spirits of your ancestors. The annual festival lasts about 3 days. There's a reason Japan does not have work days off for holidays. If they had them all off, they would never get anything done. Like America, and we only have like 5 holidays a year, so what is our excuse? 3 Jigen, also known as 3D. The Nintendo's 3DS screen is 3 Jigen. The new 3DS's 3 Jigen won't suck like it currently does. I can imagine that this word would also be pronounced San Jigen, as San is 3, and one-dimensional is pronounced Ichigen. This is Nichi, or Jitsu. It is the kanji for day or sun. You will be finding this groovy kanji in the words like Setsunichi, which means time limit or deadline. Kanzi's Setsunichi is usually anywhere between Thursday and Friday, but sometimes Saturday likes to just come along and ruin that. What? It's not my fault that time moves forward on its own. Speaking of being a day late, Akuru Nichi, which means the next day. We also got Itsuno Nichi Nika. This word means one of these days. Itsuno Nichi Nika, I will make another video that will get over 300 views, but hopefully never 0. This here kanji is Tan, Dan, or Akira. It means mourning, not mourning the death of your loved ones by, you will see it in words like Gatsuten, which means first day of the month. Or you'll see it in Itan, meaning once, temporarily, or for a moment. It could also mean one morning, obviously. I mean, if it isn't obvious, that means that you must watch more kanji. Click here for episode 8 on numbers and This here is Ko, or Shiri. Shiri means
Hips, buttocks, fart box, rear, hindquarters, romp, tush, hams, dump deposit, cheeks, gluteus maximus.
you get it. You will see Shiri in a few words like, oh Shiri. This just means the same thing, but it is specifically as a noun. You will see O in front of a lot of kanji actually, so don't freak out. Just knock them down like you were Irish yourself, kinda like O'Reilly.
Do it live! Fuck it!
Or Obama. O Shiri Pen Pen, which means spanking. Shiojiri, which means cone-shaped. How do we get cone-shaped out of shio and the kanji for ass? Nah, maybe it'll make more sense if we know what shio means. Let's see. It means salt. Welcome to Kanji, the weekly series for learning kanji and other stuff. This kanji right here is shi, su, or ko. When you combine it with the kanji tomo, you get kodomo, which means child. And here is isu, which means chair. You will also see it in boshi, meaning hat or cap. This kanji right here is ko, okona, or iku. Iku means to walk. You'll see it in other words like ginko, which means bank, and okonao, which means to do or to act in a situation. What do you okonao when you iku a ginko? Do you make it
I'ma make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain. I'ma make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain. I'ma make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain.
Welcome to Kanji, the weekly series for learning kanji and hashtagging all the trends, brah. 4242420 YOLO. This kanji right here is hito, nin, or jinhito, means person. Person. Purse. Women hold purses. Kim Kardashian is a woman. Kim Kardashian has also shown up in 3 kanji videos. This is the 3rd video in season 2. There are 4 seasons in a year. 4 minus 3 is 1. The Illuminati has 1 eye. Kanji is Illuminati confirmed. Kanji creator Wo's name is also Kanji has gone into hiding shortly after finding out his secret of constructing the New World Order. My name is Daphthumbout McGillen Smigan Frogginsman and I will be taking over Kanji until he returns. Now go use this kanji and I will see you next week, you cheeky kanji learning faggots. Subscribe.
Welcome to KanZ, the weekly series for learning kanji, you cheeky bastards. My name is Shengon Fuggles Mentally Dan Banser, and I will be replacing the person who replaced KanZ in the last episode. He stole my stapler last week from my desk. This kanji right here is Chu, or Naga. It means leader. It can be used in words like nagai, which means long. Can you think of other things that are long? I know I can. It can also be used in shaku, which means president, or CEO. Is Obama really the Shaku of the United States of America? Or might it be someone else? Now go use this kanji, and I will see you next week, you kanji learning faggots.
This is way or road. The only way to say this is to, and that is the own way. Examples include yoto, which is use and usefulness, and zento, which is future prospects and lookout. The radical for this is shinyo, which means road, walk, or to advance.
Welcome to KanZ, the weekly series for learning kanji, you faggots. I am glad to be back again for another episode. The person who was going to replace me was replaced by a guy who died shortly after by choking on a stick of butter, so they called me up as a substitute replacement to replace the replacer of my place as a replacement for the replacement host of this episode of KanZ. This kanji right here is koku, or kuni. Kuni means country. And no, not the music genre, you freaking dumbbell. You can see the kanji for king is in there, and he is surrounded by his land or country. It can be used in words like gaikokujin, which means foreigner. Well, it did. Now it has just been shortened to gaijin. So that did not help you at all. You will also see it in kokudu, meaning national highway. No country. Great. Now Rascal Flats will be getting monetization. Enjoy the Penis, you terrible artist. Welcome to KanZ, the weekly series for learning kanji, you insignificant wastes of space. My name is Frank. Nice to meet you, you foul human beings. I lied about my name a few episodes back. I apologize. This kanji right here is ju, or you. It means above. It looks like an arrow in the ground pointing upwards. It can be used in words like ageru, which means to raise. You make my pointer ageru, if you know what I mean. Juzu, which means to get good at something. You can see the kanji for hand is in the word as well. You can get really good at something with one of your hands. You will also see it in jiaoshi, meaning one's superior. Obama-kun is your jiaoshi. Obama-kun. Obama-kun. Everybody loves Obama-kun. Do you love you some Obama-kun? If not, Obama-kun will kun get you. My name is Frank and I will be your guide to tranquility. This kanji right here is but it has a few other ways to be pronounced as well. Here's the list. It means below or down. The top kanji was above the ground. This one is below instead. It can be used in words like chiketetsu, which means metro. It literally is translated as steel under the earth. Chiketetsu last like wasn't a catchy title? You will also see it in Seijou, meaning to lower. Sega has Seijou their standards and are respect to uncomprehendable lengths. Now go use this kanji and I will see you next week. You know what we will not be saying next week? Phantasy Start Online 2. You know what we won't be saying this month? How about this year? How about a decade? The answer is Phantasy Star Online 2. Fags down at Sega better stop smoking meth and make a good Sonic game to help us cope with the lack of Phantasy Star Online. Welcome to KanZ, the weekly series for learning kanji. This kanji right here is Kai, or O.
What in God's name is wrong with your pronunciations?
What?
You are saying everything wrong. You are a retard.
Who the hell let you back in the studio? Get the hell out. I'm doing just fine.
I'm doing just fine? Don't you mean, I'm doing just fine?
Oh.
And the kanji is pronounced ahu, not a you sack of rotting lies.
Thank you for correcting me. That is exactly what I wanted to put up with today. It's not my fault that Kanzed does not know how to write a good script. I cannot read this shit. Now if you will excuse me, I have a job to do. O means to meet, or come together. You can see it looks like a table under a roof, like a meeting room. It can be used in words like sha, which means company, or a firm. You will also see it in kewa, meaning conversation. If we ever row in real life, I would expect a kewa about how amazing I am. Now go use this kanji and I will see you next week. You miserable worms. Welcome to Kanzed, the weekly series for learning kanji, you oversized whale. This kanji right here is bu, wa, or foon. Foon means minute, segment, or a share. It can be used in words like wakaru, which means to understand or to know. Do you understand what wakaru means? Jobun means plenty, or enough. 10 minutes is plenty enough time to memorize this kanji if you are not stupid. You will also see it in hanbun, meaning half. You see that kanji? It means half. But it is another one of those that cannot be used on its own.
Hey, pretty lady, give me some of that cake. It's just me, Gabe Newell.
There's nothing like the great outdoors, and the park one course is the best of course. If you want to get close to the greenery, then camping in the wild is the place to be. It was so fun. Nothing like the great outdoors, and the park one course is the best of course. If you want to get close to the greenery, then camping in the wild is the place to be.
Alright, I'm back. Welcome to Kanzi, the weekly series for learning kanji. This kanji right here has a lot of meanings and pronunciations. When it's by itself, it's pronounced nama, and it means pure, raw, crude, or undiluted. It can be used in words like gakusei, which means student, umareru, which means to be born. You will also see it in ikiru. It means to live or exist. This kanji right here is do or ona. It means same, equal, or agree. When it's by itself, you will see a ji at the end of it to make it onaji. It can be used in words like doji, which means same time or concurrent. You will also see it in nochi seki dojosha, meaning back passengers. You probably won't remember that one, but well.
Welcome to Kanji, the weekly series for learning kanji. I'm not wearing hockey.
This kanji right here is ama. Ama means now. It can be used in other words like kyou. You can see the kanji for day in there, and together it means. You will also see it in kongetsu. It means this month. You may also recognize the kanji for moon in there. So just remember the moon's month cycle.
I go use this kanji, and I will see you next week. Yes!
Come a long way from where we began. No, we started. I will tell you all about it when I see you again, tell you when I see you again.
So there you go. There is the story behind one of the coolest man-made sites of Japan. I hope to go there someday to see it myself.
Always do your best, do your best, do your best, do it every day. Do your best, do your best, do it every day. A golden rule, it's a must. Always do your best with a cheer and a smile. Always do your best, do your best, do your best, do it every day. Do your best, do your best, do it every day. A golden rule, it's a must. Always do your best.
Thank you.